Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about politics, power, comedy, and Donald Trump losing his mind over Jimmy Kimmel. Yes, you heard that right. A late-night comedian managed to push a former president into a full-blown meltdown. And in the process, Trump exposed himself in ways his allies were desperately trying to cover up. So grab a snack, because this one's juicy. Let's start with the basics. Last week, Jimmy Kimmel was suddenly suspended from ABC. No real explanation, just poof, off the air. Now, Republicans spent the entire week trying to convince everyone that this had nothing to do with Donald Trump or government pressure. They said, "Relax, this isn't censorship. Nobody's free speech is being violated. ABC just made a business decision." Sounds reasonable, right? Except that's not what happened. Because behind the scenes, Brendan Carr, a commissioner at the FCC, was involved. Remember, the FCC is the agency that decides whether big television companies can merge. And at the time, ABC's carriers, Nexstar and Tegna, wanted a merger approved. So what do you think happens when someone from the FCC, an agency with enormous power over your future, suggests something? That's not a suggestion, that's pressure, that's intimidation. And that's exactly what was going on here. Now here's where things get wild. After all that Republican spin, after a week of no censorship here, folks, move along, Jimmy Kimmel comes back on air. And Donald Trump absolutely loses it on Truth Social. Here's what he posted. "I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Oops." Stop right there. Did you catch it? Trump just admitted the White House was directly involved in conversations with ABC about canceling Jimmy Kimmel. That's not normal. That's not okay. The government has no business telling media companies who they can or can't put on TV. But Trump wasn't done digging his own hole. He went on to say, "Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage?" In jeopardy. That's a threat. He's basically saying, if you keep Kimmel, you're risking your business. Then Trump added, "Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative." That's not just one threat, that's multiple threats in a single post. So let's review. Republicans were insisting this wasn't censorship, nobody's rights were violated. And then Trump comes out and admits, on his own platform, that he pressured ABC, threatened them, and bragged about shaking them down before. Here's the bigger picture. This is the same Republican Party that constantly screams about free speech. They say, "Big tech is censoring conservatives. The media is biased, our voices are being silenced." But when Trump leans on a major network to take a comedian off the air, suddenly it's crickets. Apparently censorship is only bad when it happens to them. Now Jimmy Kimmel is not the type to let this slide. On his return, he read Trump's Truth Social rant live on air. He mocked the hypocrisy, saying, only Donald Trump would try to prove he wasn't threatening ABC by threatening ABC. And then Kimmel got serious. He said, "I talk about Trump more than anything because he's a bully. I don't like bullies. I played the clarinet in high school. I know what it's like to be picked on. Trump is like an old-fashioned 80s movie bully. He takes your lunch money, and if you give it to him once, he'll take it again." That was a direct shot not just at Trump but at ABC itself, because they caved to him in the first place. When Jimmy Kimmel returned, his comeback episode pulled in over 6 million viewers. That's his highest rating ever. So while Trump was melting down online, raging like a wannabe dictator, Jimmy Kimmel came back bigger and stronger than ever. It's the ultimate backfire. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's just Trump being Trump. Why does this matter? It matters because this is a test of democracy itself. When a government pressures a media outlet to cancel a comedian, even a late-night host cracking jokes, that's censorship. That's authoritarian behavior. And when Trump brags about it publicly, it exposes the truth. He doesn't care about free speech. He doesn't care about the First Amendment. He only cares about power and control. But here's the twist. Instead of silencing Jimmy Kimmel, Trump amplified him. He turned him into a bigger voice with a bigger audience than ever before. And that's why this whole saga is what I'd call an emperor has no clothes moment. Trump pretends to be this all-powerful figure, but in reality, he's just a bully screaming on the internet, powerless to stop the very thing he hates. So let's wrap this up. Donald Trump tried to silence Jimmy Kimmel. He failed. He threatened ABC. He failed. He exposed himself as a wannabe dictator who doesn't actually have the power he pretends to have. And Jimmy Kimmel? He's back, stronger than ever, with millions of people watching. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Trump crossed a line here? Or is this just Trump being Trump, loud, petty, and powerless? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this video with someone who needs to see Trump's meltdown for what it really is. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.